much material in here. Honestly, a waste of resources and funds to have a DC officer come out.
I also own a farm.
Here we go. You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Here comes Gavin with the applicator. No, it's not Gavin. Okay, we did a little shuffle around. Pickups, my pickup's here, but everybody else's is at the next farm. That way, when we're done, we just gotta get to my pickup. We'll be good. Yank goes around. We'll get going. Okay, we got a couple million here, and we're gonna roll it. The boat's going in. I know everybody's gonna be worked up. The whole point of us in that boat is so that people don't have to dig sand out. That is the reason. That boat is designed to agitate sand so we can pump it. Some places it's harder than others, but yeah, we'll get going. We got Buzzy, me, Mikey, Buzzy. I think once the boat's in, 2 of the more tankers are here. Steve's getting the boat off, put it in the water, and we'll get going. So they're headed out. The hose goes through and back into the woods. So I take it we will not see much of any action of the pump, the applicator today. We're out here in this front field, make it nice and easy, turn around and head back out. There's Skip planting away. Yeah, we really got to get our planter ready. That is big on our list. So Skip, last year when we hauled that long haul, me and James, I forget who else was there with us. That was one of Skip's farms, so got a lot going on. So they got their left get out here that's working some ground with a 9320. They are to everything, so Pierce and the guys over there making it happen. That's why James has a Reuben 10. There's quite a bit of Reuben 12s out. Yeah, you're seeing more and more of that. There goes a groundhog across the road. But high-speed discs and one-pass tillage tools, they're moving into the U.S. a lot more than they were 5 years ago. So I know Europe, New Zealand, all that. I had a sulfur, well, I ran a sulfur on a 9520T, and that was quite the bit of gear. We're running 4 trucks. We've got Steve there, and then Buzzy, and Mikey, and myself. And it's just over 3 miles one way, and then it's a nice, easy turnaround. So we're keeping a good pace. I don't know, dragline, no idea what they're doing for gallons at this moment. I always say I'm gonna put it down below, and then by the time Steve or Jordan watches the video, they tell me at that point, so I forget to ask. That's really what it is. But on the right, there's corn planted. So hopefully we'll get wrapped up at a good time today. We'll see how late we push, and then if we got time, we'll go plowing, get ourselves better and better. Next week does not look good as far as rain and getting anything done, so I'm getting nervous. And some people said you better figure out other crops to grow. Well, it's just kind of how it's gonna be. Yeah, it's just been raining. It rains just enough to mess stuff up. So we were having a little pump issue with that over-the-wall pump, and it's going slow. We're standing still and stuff like that. Gearbox is getting warm. So I'm pumping out of the actual barn pit. They move all their manure from the barn, truck it up to the pit. They haven't. I guess there's a goal of pumping it up, which makes sense. So Mikey told me it's very heavy sand manure. It's very heavy sand manure. But I'm pulling out of that while the other guys are up there. That way it gives the pump a little time to the gearbox to cool down between loads. So yeah, always friggin' something. And we got a leak on the frac tank. I dig it. Dwayne got covered. Ugh. I think that's an 8760, maybe. I love it. I would like one in my life. One of those 8000s, older 8000s, like Travis Kubiak has. His got triples though. He had one for sale. Yeah, that's farming, right? We got a brake can that's starting to leak when it is engaged. It's gonna be interesting. I don't think we showed any of this, but the guys dropping fill blew a hydraulic line, and a neighbor actually called them into DEC for an oil contamination. So we actually scraped the driveway down as best we could. And you can see the rags and the speedy dry and stuff like that. And here it is. So it's going to go in that dumpster, and then it's going to go to the landfill anyways. So I'm just going to dig it up and dump it in there. And then I'm probably going to go to dinner with Brad and the guys, because I haven't seen any of them guys. We've all been really, really busy. So it is a good thing to stay in touch with your buddies. So we got it all loaded in the dumpster. That's going to the landfill. But we can check in on the boys' status. What's up, boys? It amazes me how good they are at getting it up by the fence. Like, that looks like it's got mowed. Out there is very lush. Dump cart may be getting put on a tractor because it will not stop raining. And well, we're gonna start grass pretty soon here, so that's got a little tension in it. But there is a ton of grass out back here, so they're not gonna eat it all by themselves, but it's what I got right now. It's my lawn mowing crew, so they're top notch. Trying to get them ahead of the grass, but we got this and then that, and I'll probably honestly bale that or chop it. We'll see exactly what goes on, but the silo is 3/4 full. At some point I'll climb up there, we'll talk about that. And then if I fill it completely full, at least I got 2 silos. Well, this one's 3/4 full too. But if we get them completely full, then we know we're good for this winter coming up. What's up, boys? I'll give them some grain because I didn't do that this morning. And check their water. And then they should be good to go. So I was gonna plow some, but I need to breathe a little bit. We did trim this down, and it actually packs, like, this roadway is a lot better. I'm still very confused why there's always water here. If I have a water line that's got an issue, or if it just puddles like this and doesn't go anywhere. So I'm very confused by that. But 75/20 is out there. We got some more ground plowed. We'll see what tomorrow brings and what we can get done. The pad all cleaned up. Yeah. There is not much material in here. Honestly, a waste of resources and funds to have a DEC officer come out. If you know, whenever you spill a little bit of oil, tiny little bit of oil, looks like a crime scene. So neighbor, who I know who it is now, Yeah. He admitted he called me in twice in a week. So, supposedly the bricks have asbestos in them, which DEC confirmed that the bricks were good. The concrete was good. The fill was actually top notch. But he still did tell other people that, no, there's definitely asbestos. DEC told me about it. It frustrates me. It's the stuff like that. I'm trying to do good, trying to grow. Accidents happen. Hydraulic lines blow. We all know that. And yeah, reporting us in, telling us that we're contaminating the river with asbestos and oil. And then admitting it to a buddy of mine. So I know exactly who it was, which is really frustrating. So if I ever catch you coming on my property, we will not have a good time. That's not a threat. That's just reality, because he's the same way. So, alrighty. Well, they're gonna pick. Can't go on dinner. They're gonna pick that dumpster up and then be in a good spot. So, well, I think we got missed by the rain. We're getting ready to go just after 6. How are you doing? You have a good day? Got some leftovers from last night, and hopefully everything will go smooth. Well, not off to a good start here. So they were charging the line, priming line, and yeah, they got a slug of sand through it and plugged it right up. And I know somebody's gonna say, oh, the farm's got to get rid of the sand, but we are what gets rid of the sand. That's really what it is. That's the point of the boat, stuff like that. But so them guys are out there doing their thing, trying to get the lines unplugged, and frac tank is completely full, so he's taking a nap. They got it unplugged, and we're back to pumping. So when they first started priming the line, there's no lubrication because you blew out everything. So if you get a slug of sand out at the front, it loses all the liquid as it goes through the hose, and then plugs. So, pool water action. Pool water guys always have neat stuff. Pool water. That thing's pretty neat. A lot of action going on here today. So, main, what is it? Main drilling and blasting, or blasting and drilling, I forget what order it is. They are out here. They're actually gonna build another barn up here. They've got to blast out the wall on the other side. So their drill rig just showed up. The guys were here this morning. We're moving manure, and Jordan just showed up with his support trailer for the planter. So he's gonna get planting today. Big landau, guys. We got a landau, but ours is a 3-axle. For all the big loads that we move. I don't know where this guy's going, because he's gonna be right in the freaking way of me. So we got one round of trucks left, and then they're gonna move from down there to, it's 6 acres right here, and they're gonna drag that and then on to the next one. So I'll get unloaded, get back to the farm, hang out for a little bit, and they're gonna blow out, roll that hose up. Well, I guess they gotta roll the hose out, but then they can hook on and go right out here. Well, they're switching sets, so we're all gonna go get sandwiches because they said the deli down the road's really, really good. We'll be right back, bud. Went down to the little market there. Honestly, awesome. I'll have to drop the name. They had Dell's Lemonade, which has been a while. But I ate most of the sandwich. That was a hell of a sandwich. But of course. Are you hungry? Have you been neglected and starved all day? Yeah, you have. You're so neglected. We are back rolling, and so they moved the hose there, and so we're good to go. Go fill the frac tank up, and they can get going. 6 acres left. I'm not exactly sure what the rate is, but they're putting it on pretty good. So Jordan has been sitting down here since before we left, and this is they're new to them, 16-row Kinsey. I think he said it's a 2021, or has 4,000 acres through it, from Iowa, I think is what we said. But Jordan's learning. got quite a few acres to custom plant. And that is day one of what's going on with it. Well, I got almost a full trailer load. I ran out of any liquid. You can see all the sand in the bottom. Actually, it might fill back up a little bit. They know there's a lot of sand in there. It's just the nature of it, but sand is king for cows. So, absolute comfort. And yes, there is places that have separators and stuff like that. It depends how you're set up to handle it. If they were to separate it and either reuse it or spread it out liquid or solid, then that's another thing that we've got to handle, manage. So that is the point of the boat and trying to pump it out to make it the easiest way possible. Jordan's wrapping up down there, and we'll go back up to the top pit. I've been jumping around from the top pit to this pit since this has to get hauled out either way, depending on if there's a truck in front of me getting loaded stuff. That way we keep going. Mikey's been having some fuel issues with that truck, and he had enough of it. So he actually just left with the truck. I take it he's going back to the shop, which they live about the same distance away as I do. The Belushas and them. So, as I say it, and people always love to comment it, it is what it is, and everything happens. So, it shouldn't take us too long. Ideally, they took all the sections of the drag out, so they are pumping very quickly. That's quite the planner. Sometime we'll get Jordan, let us ride around with it. So he went from a 12 row to the 16. Get more done in a day. Getting filled up with some fuel. So farms do supply fuel. I know there's always that. What if you come across dirty fuel stuff? I know I got a lot of friends that do custom work. Zach Newton's one of them. He supplies all the fuel, and they pass that bill on to the farm. That way they don't have any dirty tank stuff like that. I've never had, other than my previous residency there, issues with fuel. So, knock on wood. Well, yeah. Tanks have filters, stuff like that. Mine does not, but I know I got good fuel going into it. Well, where are we at? 303 between, I think, all 4 trucks. So frac tank, same spot. Applicator's over there. He's hooking the hose up. Buzzy, I hope you see me coming in. Yeah. So once we get some liquid, well, manure, in the frac tank, they will get going. So first round of trucks will prime the pipe, but they don't have very long of a run right here, so they'll outrun us pretty quickly. I just watched a bear run across the road up here. I think it's probably in the woods by now, just in case. Black bear just went across the road right there. There it is. Woo! Never mind, Mikey's back. I'll have to see what he comes up with. Yeah. Friggin' gremlins. Well, we thought Mikey had a fuel issue, but the fact that he can unhook the trailer and it's happy, just odd. Davin out here getting it done. Last loads, truck's coming back in, and we're out of here. So So tomorrow we're doing something a little different, but we'll see what it is. Appreciate you guys watching along. Yeah, got everything worked out with DC. Kind of annoying. Accidents happen. The guys got it cleaned up. That we're moving filling, but it kind of seems like the neighbor's out to try to harass me. Judging same neighbor on 2 different complaints in a week. Little disappointed. I thought he was a better person than that. Yes, I get the hydraulic one, but it got cleaned up. Everything was good. Wasn't that much hydraulic oil. And the bricks, he's still telling people that they're contaminated. So, I don't know what else to tell you. DEC said they were good to go. But, alrighty. A little more trucking, and then, well, we're in a decent place right now as far as turning dirt. So, I guess you guys will have to wait and see, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.